Hello there, and welcome to Catch the Pulse with Rodney. Y'all know me, I'm Rodney Campbell, and today we have the band SRP. I'd like you guys to say welcome and introduce yourselves, please.
I'm Shawn Allendorf.
Kevin Cavanaugh.
Fred Milner.
Bruce Cunningham.
And Matt Woodall.
Well, welcome to the show, guys. It's a pleasure to have you. We go back forever. We've been laughing our asses off before we come on air, but I wanted to find out how long you guys been a band, man, and how did you guys all get together?
Before we get started, I'll put this on. I got probably a little something.
Oh, well, God love you. Thank you so much.
You know what that stands for? $4.95. We're gonna find out.
Huh?
That's $4.95. You can just give me the money later.
Yeah, we take Venmo.
Yeah, you guys put it on my tab.
I can wash the coffee.
Thank you.
That's the least I could do for you.
I appreciate you. You guys have been such a big staple in my band, in my parties at Garden City Park, and way back, probably 16 years or more, when I started doing them at the Token Lounge.
Yeah, I think we did one of the first.
Yeah, you were at my first birthday party, and they got so big that we had to move them out to Garden City Park.
Yeah.
And you guys have been just a staple in the city of Detroit and abroad. How long you guys been together?
Well, 40 years.
40
40
and I
years.
got together in 86.
86.
And how many band members changed through them years?
Oh, there's probably been.
We got Spinal Tap beat by 30 members.
Exactly.
So I want to go on and find out what instruments and who plays what, and so I know, but I would like the audience to know. So let's start with Shawn. Shawn,
I played myself in lead guitar.
you play with yourself and lead guitar. Okay.
I'm a drummer and singer.
Okay, Fred.
Guitar player, singer.
Okay.
Bassist.
You're the bassist, and obviously
And I play
Bruce.
guitar and it's a little bit of vocals.
All right. Well, like I said, you guys have been a staple in the city of Detroit and abroad for such a long time, man. So tell me how you guys got together. When did you guys first decide that you wanted to be a band, Shawn and Fred?
Yeah, they've been at it the longest.
To narrow it down, we told all of our first wives we're not going to play bars and we're going to be drinking. And we're just going to record music. And we threw the band together and we did a mock song that Fred and I had wrote. And the guy at the studio on a reel-to-reel wrote Southern Rock Project on it. And we said we weren't going to do anything. And then my good friend Charlie says, hey, we need an opening act at the studio for Riff Night.
Okay.
We took the gig against our first wife's advice. No, don't do that.
That would be Charlie Block.
Oh, yeah.
That would be our good friend Charlie Block.
Sitting
yes.
there in the shadows. Okay.
And Ann Carlini said, what's the name of your band? And we didn't think about that part. And the bass player goes, oh, SRP. I'm like, what the heck is SRP? And it's stuck, and it's had many versions of what those three letters mean throughout the years.
Are any of them able to be said on the air?
No.
Okay.
I love to do the George Carlin thing about the 12 words you can't say live on TV.
I gotcha. Okay. Let's see now. So there's a pretty funny story I want to hear about something you guys did when you were with the band Mariner with a character named Fuad.
Oh, my God.
Let's hear
That's
that
definitely
story.
Shawn.
Uncle Fuad.
Definitely
Yeah,
Shawn.
so let's hear that one.
I was helping a good friend move out of his house, into his house in Dearborn, and we found a photograph of this Arabic gentleman with all the garb, the headgear, the towels, the sheets, everything. He was styling, and I showed my good friend Charlie, who borrowed it almost 30 years ago, and I never really got it back, but it's in his studio.
You won't.
The next time I saw it, when we nicknamed him Uncle Fawad, I go to a Mariner show at the studio, and Charlie points in front of the drum riser, and Uncle Fawad is standing up there in the picture frame with a lit cigarette duct taped to the mouth of Uncle Fawad.
Oh my goodness.
And it's just kind of stuck around since then.
That's
We don't know who the guy is or anything like that, no disrespect, but
I
we had a lot
understand.
of laughs off of him.
Man, the Studio Lounge, it's been such an icon, and it's so sad that it's gone away, but you guys pretty much got your start there, playing live out in.
Thanks to Charlie and them,
Yeah.
and Milner, and we owe a big thanks to them, yeah.
Yeah, Charlie's and his bands, they're just incredible guys, man, but, what kind of bands inspire you? Let's go to this guy right here.
Yeah, for a drummer,
Uh-huh.
I'm a guitar band guy, like Stevie Ray Vaughan,
Okay.
Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Johnny Winter,
Right
Elvin
on.
Lee.
Sure.
That's the kind of stuff I listened to when I first started playing drums. Was Jimi Hendrix live,
Right on.
and I
right
played. That's what I was learning on the drums.
Kind of hard to
Yeah.
keep up with somebody like that,
Yeah,
though, huh?
but I always into guitar music, but I'm a drummer. I can't play guitar to save my life, but I can play drums.
I understand. What about you, my friend?
You know, I grew up as a lot of guys did. I listened to the Beatles.
Yeah, man.
Big Beatle guy. And then in my teens, I heard, I got my first Aerosmith album, their first album.
Uh-huh.
And I listened to that Aerosmith album and I knew
That's you.
this is what I want to do. I
Right
got
on.
Aerosmith. I modeled myself after like Joe Perry.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, I was trying to grow my hair long. Listen to albums and just, it's funny. I'm a bassist,
Uh-huh.
but I was drawn to guitar.
Okay.
So,
How did you end up just being, do you?
well, my buddy and I wanted to start a basement band, a garage band, and back in the day, everybody wanted to play guitar. Nobody wanted to play bass.
Right.
Well, my buddy was a lot better than I was, so
Uh-huh.
I said, you know what, I'll switch over to bass.
Was it an easy pickup?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
You know, and I'm still, I'm still picking
Hey,
it
and
up.
life's a learning curve, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
man?
so-
We all are, man.
Yeah, so you know what? So I had a car I bought for $75. I found a guy who had a bass guitar and an amp. He wanted $200 for it.
Okay.
Sold my car for $200 and bought the amp and guitar.
Classic story.
It is, really.
And just sat and played and played and played.
Right on.
You know, and just, lucky enough to run into the right people
Mm-hmm.
and just keep playing.
That's a good story. man.
Yeah.
I bought a $75 car. It was a Oldsmobile Ventura. I bought it. I lived in Livonia, and some girl had an ad in I forget what media form it was, but it was crushed in the front, and it had a rod knock. And I gave this woman $75 for it. It needed everything. But I drove that car until it died. I had like 3 years into that car for $75, man.
3 years?
You got your
3
money.
years. I
Yeah,
got my money.
we're showing our age, or we can talk about cars we bought for $75 or $100.
I had a 70 Charger I paid $200 for. I could go on and on and on about cars, but tell me a little bit about yourself, Bruce. What's going on in your world?
Well, I started playing guitar. I started playing about 19 years old, which is a little later than most of my friends and also that have played. So, but I think my early influences, I was really into Santana, and that was my first solos that I learned and things like that. Played guitar in a couple like throw around bands for quite a while, and actually ended up in a band with Kevin here. We did a few different things. I played bass, and
Wow,
in the
really?
beginning, and
Yeah,
switched
bass
over
player.
from guitar to bass, and played bass in a few bands with Kevin, and then guitar in a couple more bands with Kevin, and then I'd heard that he had joined SRP, and we were still playing together in another
good.
band, and
So you guys go back a while.
we go back quite a ways, sure.
All you guys are pretty good friends. I could just see it. You guys get along fantastic.
That's half the battle.
Yeah.
Really.
Together.
If you don't like your bandmates, you just get up there and it's kind of like a job, huh?
It's hard to find the right chemistry.
Yeah.
You know, and once you find the right chemistry with the right people,
Uh-huh.
then it gels.
Yeah, we all had our,
You know, and that's a big
our bouts with guys that are all arrogant, full of themselves,
Yeah.
and they don't last long. everything falls apart.
Yeah.
We work well together.
Yeah, we do.
I can see it, and you guys show it when you're on stage. When you guys write a new song, how does it progress into actually being played at a bar or wherever you guys play? Who starts out with the theory, I guess you would say?
I think that'd be Shawn.
Again, I've never been good at words. That's why my name's on all my work shirts. But I'll get a riff that like goes over and over in my head, and I'll play it, and I'll just bring it down, and it's like the ones that we've written in the past, Fred will start humming something, and it's like Kevin's reading my mind what I'm hearing, you know, and in the past, you know, and the great part is Bruce is a great guitar player, and he's a great bass player, and we all just
Mesh.
yeah, and Matt's a great bass player too, but with everything it just kind of comes together, and we're starting to get back into that writing thing.
That's
you know?
wonderful.
And,
Yeah, it just sort of happens at practice. We work on something that that he pulled out of his ass, and we all just sort of flow into it.
Flowing into
And
it.
then
once we get past
Fred will throw some
the
words at it
plastic
and-
play toys,
Yeah.
it just flows.
And then in our age, an hour later, we forget it. What was that? What was that? I gotta remember.
Oh my God, that is the truth.
That's the God's honest truth. It's like if we don't remember how it went.
Roll the tape.
Roll
Roll the tape,
Yeah.
exactly.
You guys got some stories. I'd like to hear one actually about what was your most craziest time at a hotel or when you're out on the road touring. I want to hear something juicy.
First off, let's get off the table. Kevin's a rock star, buddy.
Hey, change the names to protect the innocent.
Yes.
These are all not real names.
They're not real too out of hand, but we were playing at it was
An event.
lodge.
Yeah, yeah.
Skiing lodge.
The
And we-
big
Boyne
ones in
Mountain.
Gaylord.
Yeah, Boyne Mountain.
Mountain and Gaylord.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we had a great show. We
Mind you, it was
had a
4:30
blast,
in the morning.
and we're drinking, you know, naturally, and I jump up on this table and throw the Jack Daniels bottle against the wall.
No.
And it spills the rest of the Jack on some boots, and our sound guy is like,
Oh,
"What the?"
Daryl was
And
not
I'm like,
happy.
"I'm
with
a
you.
rock star."
He actually,
What about the ride in the bus? When I want to hear about this one. Ron, it's
That's
on
Shawn
you.
and I never seen the bus.
He's never seen either.
I must have just
you
missed that.
just missed the bus. We played Harpo's. So mind you, it was a 74 International school bus, a full-size school bus that we spray painted with 200 some odd cans of Dutch Boy spray paint from Kmart.
Flat black.
Flat black. And we had a couch, a chair, and a dentist chair. I mean, a wall, and all the equipment went in the back.
Uh-huh.
Well, we played Harpo's, and there was a lot of shenanigans going on that night. None of us were in our correct mind, including me driving down 94 in this. Fred's following in his Ranger pickup. And God bless Jamer, who is our light guy, just all around good friend, roadie, everything.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta take a leak. I'm like, I'm not pulling over in Detroit. So he opens the door on 94, and I'm in the middle lane. Proceeds to walk down to the last step, and I lean over and grab his belt. Now, mind you, you would have thought, for a safety standpoint of view, he would have put the Bud Light bottle down, but he did not.
He's had one hand on a beer and one hand on a plum.
Absolutely.
And I got my hand on his abs. And he proceeds to take a leak out the bus at 60 mile an hour. And I just always look in my mirrors because I'm a truck driver by trade, and Fred's behind us going like
The
this.
chill wipers go.
And then lo and behold, a carload full of African Americans pull up, and Jamer starts yelling like, "What's the matter? You never seen a white man before?" And they're beeping their horns, laughing, and they were going down 94.
Oh, you guys need to write a book. I'm not even
Oh,
kidding, man.
seriously. Absolutely.
So serious.
Absolutely.
So what's next for you guys? I know you guys are playing my party this June
Absolutely,
27th.
absolutely.
Looking so forward to it. You guys have always done so well at our parties and stuff. Is there anybody you guys would like to mention and give a shout out to and say, hey?
To say thank you to?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Charlie Block
Yeah, I was
is
gonna
number
say
one.
Charlie sitting right over there.
He's responsible. He's, and then we have two other people that both live up in Oscoda, Michigan, that saw us at the party that we played up there, and it was called Art of Wheels.
Yep.
And it was Art of Wheels,
Excellent.
and it was motorcycles.
Thunder Roads at the
Thunder
time.
Roads
Joe
magazine.
and Pam.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Joe and Pam. We
Yes.
love you guys. We miss you.
Awesome.
that's how we did it through them. That's how we did that Harley Davidson's 105th birthday party.
105th.
We played outdoors in Mackinac at the crossings, where they had like a little
Right, yeah,
amphitheater.
that's
I
cool.
got a friend that used to be a photographer for Thunder Roads. I can't remember her name, but there's another girl.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I seen her at I ran into her at Motor City Harley Davidson actually. Debbie.
They had a chapter down here.
Yeah.
That Joe was involved with at that
Okay.
point.
You
And
guys get a lot. You guys do a lot out of town gigs, don't you?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were working all
We
over.
were working every weekend out of town.
Up
Yeah.
North Michigan, we played all over the place.
got
I had
hit with
a cottage up in Kalkaska,
Okay.
and we played all over that area up there for years.
Yeah.
You guys get a good following up there?
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
we do.
We played a lot of bike rallies too.
A lot of
We,
bike rallies.
We played
Good.
Blaney, we played Hog Rally at Zips Harley Davidson.
Davidson, yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
man.
What's the other
Yeah.
one?
You ride, right?
Oh, yeah.
What do you got?
I got a Road King, 2001 Road King, Harley Road King,
Mhm.
a Yamaha VMAX,
Okay.
and a Vanderhall Venice.
What's a Vanderhall then?
It's a
Don't show
reverse
them, they'll wanna buy
three-wheeler,
one.
a reverse three-wheeler, but it's not like a slingshot. It's
Oh.
way cooler than a
Yeah,
slingshot.
Okay. I just bought a new Street Glide Ultra, man.
Yeah.
You still got
Yeah,
that
he
too, don't
rides
you?
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
right,
ride,
too.
yeah,
What do you got, Bruce?
I have a 2021 Road Glide.
Oh, nice. You like the stationary fairing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
got
yeah, I've always, I was my first one, I
Yeah,
happened, I
mine
ran
too.
into one time, and I was like, oh, I like this thing, so.
When I got in my motorcycle accident in 1986, when I got able to ride again, I got a little chunk of change from the. I got hit by a drunk cab driver.
Oh, boy.
I'm still messed up. I lost my leg from the knee down. I broke my pelvis in 2 places. I fractured 3 vertebrae in my neck. I was messed up
Yeah.
for a better part of a year.
For about a week.
Oh, yeah, about they screwed up and gave me the wrong medication. When I left the hospital, I was there for 9 weeks. When I got out, they gave me stool softeners instead of antibiotics. I got gangrene in my leg, and I had to go back and spend another month in the hospital. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
terrible, man. And my older brother's wife, Lisa, at the time, she took care of me like I wouldn't have been able to do anything without her. So if you're listening, Lisa, thank you. But I went right out and paid cash for a brand new Ultra Tour Glide Classic. It was 189th one built out of 500.
Awesome.
And it was a candy brandy wine color. It was the most beautiful Harley ever. I miss that bike, but onward and upward, man.
Oh, yeah.
So
There's another person we got to say thank you to. You.
Yeah, you.
Oh.
Oh, yes, you know what?
Dude, straight up.
You helped us out with your parties and things that, well, it turned into, what is it, geriatric night at the Token?
Oh, there's a story behind that. When I was doing the parties at the Token Lounge, I was infatuated with my now wife, Tracy. We were contacting and connecting on a biker page called bikerandnot.com. And there was something about her, I just was amazed by her. And she came to my party with this guy, and I had a date. And
With a guy?
no.
Well, today you gotta ask.
Yeah, you know, right?
Oh, man, let's be
I'm feeling a little uncomfortable. I only saw one bathroom here. I don't know which one to use.
Your secret's safe with us,
I
right?
appreciate you guys, thank you. So I started paying more attention to her, and the girl that I was with, she ended up getting a ride home with a really good friend of mine, and she lived way out in Howell, and she did him a service just to get back at me, and he told me about it. And me and him weren't friends for about a year, but that's when I knew that my wife Tracy. It was when you guys were. She was the one, man. And
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
yeah, so I got to say thank you to you guys as well, man. So, do you guys have any venues that you're playing in the near future, or are you just?
We just played a little place in Allemont, right by Blue.
Yeah.
Where
Oh,
Bruce
okay.
lives up in Allemont.
Okay, you do.
Yeah, small town,
Yeah.
small town bar.
It's a packed house. It was
Really?
really-
Yeah.
Those are always the most fun when they're
And keep
packed.
an eye out at Shots Bar and Grill.
Right here,
Yes.
right here
Yeah.
in Farmington?
You guys got anything on the books for the Token or anything around here?
No, last time we did, we played for you.
Yeah.
I think that thing for Greg,
Yeah.
it's hard to, pick and choose what you want to play without, with all the new bands and the young kids,
Yeah, well, you guys should have top notch seniority because you guys have been, like I said, a staple in the Detroit area for years, man. And you never say no to anybody. Anytime I've ever asked you guys,
I love John, but I never get the correct size Depends, and I put on my right hand. I just can't put up with that.
He's
Birthday
getting ready.
parties, graduations, bar mitzvahs.
Yes.
All that.
We'll do it all. We're not proud.
Well, we're gonna do a video. I want to. One of you guys, who's gonna introduce this band, or excuse me, who's gonna tell me about the song we're gonna listen to that we're gonna pull off of YouTube?
Shawn would be the best.
I think it's the one, actually, no offense, brother, but you weren't in the band yet.
That's all right.
Bruce is in it.
No.
No, you're in it. This is
Yep.
from the Crowfoot in
Crowfoot.
Pontiac, Michigan.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, Bruce was playing bass.
Yep.
It was a very, we were a very serious band, and we kicked some major whoop ass that night.
Good.
But it's an original song called Roadside or Roadkill.
Roadside.
We kind of bounced back and forth, but yeah, it was a really good song, and we nailed it.
And it's on YouTube for people to look at.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
All right, audience, we're gonna take a break and let you guys listen to this song called Roadkill. And we'll be back at the
Roadside.
Roadside. I'm sorry. We're gonna listen to Roadside. You can, we'll come back and talk about it. So I hope you enjoy it.
This is our sound check song right here. Our first trip up north has been real interesting. Trust me, stuck out on I-75 in 13 below weather at this point. Shawn Allendorf.
Okay, welcome back, and I hope you enjoyed that song. So let me ask you, Shawn, how did you come up with the words and what inspired you to write that song, you and my man over here?
Well, all three of us were writing. We were riding in your Jaguar.
Well, not all three of us.
Fred was riding in the truck, hauling the equipment, pulling the trailer, and it was. We can thank the song to Michigan Winter because it was probably about 0 out, and Fred's oil pressure went whoop.
Oh no!
It was
Frankenmuth exit.
Yeah, it was Frankenmuth exit.
144.
And
Thank you. Yeah, you know what? Yes.
I picked up the phone and said, "Guys, I'm in trouble. And within probably an hour or so, we had unhooked the trailer, left the truck.
We rented a truck from
a rental place.
Yeah.
And it was actually kind of his first gig because we were on our way up to Blacklight Lounge up in Gaylord.
Yes, we were, actually.
And
wow.
it was, when you're sitting on I-75, it's 34 below,
Yeah, man.
and it's,
That's the opening line of the song.
that's the opening.
Here, you
Sitting
do it.
on I-75, just killing time.
Oh, man, I've been there.
It's just-
Yeah, you
I've
have.
been broke down on 75. I can't even
Yeah.
count how many times.
Oh, but it was such a good time, and it was the camaraderie between all of us at that point was phenomenal.
Yeah, we had to pull it all together and get a truck and get our ass to the gig.
Yeah.
Did you guys make it?
Oh, yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, we made it.
Wow.
We made it.
So
Yeah.
what was the damage on the vehicle? How?
Actually, what happened was, and Chevys are known for it. It plugged. One side plugged up. On the
return.
cylinder side on the return, and it plugged up, and it just the oil pressure
Lost
went
all
down.
pressure,
Yeah,
yeah.
it just lost all
But he
pressure.
shut it off in time, and
You didn't seize the motor.
Nope.
And
I
you
was
made it to the gig.
made it to the gig, and then we had to come back around and take the truck home
Mhm.
with pulling the trailer. So we made it home too. So it was interesting. It
That
was fun.
sounds like a blast. But
It was just for the first time it was awesome.
Yeah.
And, it just was, and that's where the song really comes into play. It's
Words just
me and
came
the boys.
together.
Me and the boys, we go playing every night. And it's just.
Yeah, like I say, you guys go up north and you do a lot of VFW halls and stuff like that, don't you?
we do
Yes.
that. Yeah, like I said, we'll play anywhere.
I know.
Basically, musical horrors.
So I was just gonna say, you guys are.
There's no polite way to put it. We'll play anywhere, anytime.
There is one that I do want to mention that we do, and it's Bubba's Bike Ride.
Okay.
And it's for a camp called Camp Fishtails up
Mhm.
north that we donate our time, and we have for the last
15 years.
15 years.
Wow.
And it's at Bubba's Tri-City Cycle every Memorial weekend.
Yep.
And
In Linden, right?
Linden, Michigan,
Linden,
just north
Michigan.
of Bay City.
Uh-huh.
And
I go to Bay City every 3 times a week now.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
know.
dude, you should go in there and just tell him you know us. He'll probably throw you out at first.
Bubba's a super nice guy, and he always pays us, but we end up
He
giving it right back to
he
him.
said, gotta pay it. So we just
Yeah.
walk on our way out, we just put the money in the
Put the money
basket.
back in the basket.
Camp Fishtail is a great cause. It's a camp that is all set up for limited access type stuff. People with special needs, wheelchairs, things like that.
Yeah.
And all the money from his whole weekend on Memorial Day every year goes to that.
It's a
Yes.
rally, a bike show, and they do a ride.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful,
Actually,
guys.
2 rides.
Yeah, 2 rides, yeah.
Are
Saturday
you
and
guys
Sunday.
the only band that played that weekend, or is there more?
No,
bands?
Yes, there used to be more, but we're
Last 4 or
Yeah.
5 years, right?
You guys are
Everything
the house
goes.
band.
Yeah.
pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you
Yep.
donate all your proceeds to the cause.
Everything.
Yeah.
And so does Bubba. He donates all
Yeah,
his
he
proceeds
does
from that
everything.
weekend.
That's beautiful,
Yeah.
guys. That's
Yeah.
really wonderful.
Yeah.
We've actually had gigs on the other side of the state where we woke up hungover in Ionia, Michigan, stopped at a truck stop by the Zilwaukee Bridge and showered at the truck stop and drove over there and played.
Played.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's where you
Yeah.
met me at that truck stop.
That was the rest area on 275.
I can do
Yeah,
that. After a while, they all look the same.
they all look the same, you know.
Hilarious.
Oh yeah.
That's what he said when he caught me at the urinal. We all look the same, you know.
He goes, "You don't play bass by chance, do you?" I said, "What's the odds?"
That's hilarious. Well, when I first started doing the parties at the Token Lounge, it was for cancer benefit.
Yeah.
And we did one for a girl. She was in a female bike club, and I'm not going to mention.
And I
it.
remember that.
Yes.
And her
I do
son,
remember
yeah,
that.
you guys
Yeah.
slayed, but it turns out it was it was all fake. We got that girl, I think $2,000, and it was supposed to go to her son that was supposedly terminal cancer.
Right.
He wasn't. She took the money and bolted
Took off.
it for her with that money and started.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what, we had a couple occasions like that where we played, donated our time, a lot, and
Right.
they weren't totally honest with everything. I'm not gonna name any
Right.
names, but,
It was a hot rocket hell.
but our friends.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah, to take something like that.
Yeah.
And cancer has touched, not only, I mean,
Oh,
my mom,
everybody.
everybody, you
Yes,
know, and it's
everybody.
kind of near and dear, and that's
I
one
agree.
thing I can say, not only are we good friends, but I think some of the most open giving people that I've met, I'm
Sure.
proud to call my friends and
Yeah,
bandmates.
man, without a doubt. You guys have got beautiful souls, man, and I think,
You wanna see it?
no.
I think it's
Yours
a Michigan thing.
Yeah.
Yours is packed up next to me to that Smith and Wesson. You don't leave home without it like me, man. That's awesome. Yeah, so I mean, like, doing something nice out of the kindness of your heart, and then somebody takes advantage of it. It's a terrible thing,
Right.
but it doesn't hinder you guys or stop you from continuing to be the good-hearted, lovable, laughable band that you are. And I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming on my show and taking the time out of your Sunday.
pleasure.
Thank you for
Sure.
asking.
I
Thank you
love
for
you
asking.
guys, and I
Man,
can't wait to
love you
see
too.
Yeah, I remember you coming up and singing with the.
Oh yeah, Born to Be Wild.
Born to Be Wild.
Actually,
I was like
you've done that at a few venues.
No, I even at my wedding. At my wedding, I got up and did it, man. Right after I said I do,
Yeah.
I grabbed the microphone and started singing.
Actually, I've got a picture wearing a red, white, and blue big top hat.
Oh, it was the best time at the Token
Yes.
Lounge. That was great.
Actually,
man.
it was at Albert's on the Alley too. I've got pictures.
Oh,
so-
Yeah, yeah.
You guys have opened up your stages to so many people.
That's what it's all about,
Yeah,
man.
having girls that you know come up and sing songs with you, and me making an idiot out of myself. You never say no to anybody,
But
man.
you know what? I think that's the way we close every show, and I think it kind of, at least the way I feel, but we're all kind
Yeah.
of that way,
Mhm.
is we do, our last song is always Rock and Roll All Night and Party
Party
Every
Every
Day.
Day.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, when I hear that song, it takes me back to 1975. I remember exactly what I was doing when I heard it,
Okay.
and it just,
Were you flogging a dolphin?
no, but I grew hair in places I didn't have hair. But it's, and that's what music is. It takes
Yeah,
people back, and we've met so many good people.
You have.
And
You really
I
have.
mean, you got to have that musical journey, and now we're all in the approaching the autumns of our lives, and we're
Yes.
still, God has blessed us to be able to
Yes.
still do this.
Amen.
Yeah, amen. And
Amen.
we've got to give thanks. And
Oh, God's been a big part of my life. I was on a bad path for a long time. And I don't try to hide it from anybody. I learned from my mistakes.
That's all you can do.
I was graced by God. I was on my deathbed, literally dying.
but you're here now.
I'm
and
here
God's
now.
got a
That's
plan
what
for
counts.
you.
Yes, and I wanted to be able to share my story. I am definitely going to write a book about it. That's for another discussion. But again, you guys, I want to say thank you so much for coming to my
Thank you,
my
Rodney.
Thank you, Rodney.
podcast.
Thanks for having me.
And I will
Yep.
see you guys on June 27th. All you
you will.
people, we're having a party. June 27th, Garden City Park. Be there or be square. Thank you for joining in, and tune in and hit like and hit subscribe. We out of here.